Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, my walk today, I found this stick, which I've been looking for, because they replaced a telephone pole over on the other side, or a power line pole, and this was lying around by that mound where they did that. So I have basically two hatchets. Now, which of these do you think would be better cutting that wood? My thought is that this is more of a traditional hatchet, so it has the weight, which helps you dig in with the chop. The handle is more ergonomic. It curls right there. This is just a cheap Walmart Ozark Trails. Let's see if you can, I'm in the shadow, but it says up here, safety warranty, and then over here is the Ozark Trails. You can't really see it real well, but it's right there. It's like a $5 hatchet. This is the Marbles tactical tomahawk type of thing. It's like it was used in the Vietnam War. It's solid tang. I'd say this one's going to bite more into it. But for long-term use, this paracord handle's not going to help you much. These were not really designed for a lot of continuous use. You know, I mean, it's a tactical tomahawk, so how often you get into hand-to-hand combat, you know, or need to pierce armor. You're not going to do a whole lot of that, probably. But it's nice to have it if you ever, you know, feel you need it. This could serve not only as a practical small hatchet, it could be a self-defense tool also if you needed it for whatever attacks you out in the woods. Alright, so what I'm going to do, and I want to mention another thing, you got to be really careful with hatchets and stuff, hatchets and axes, because think about it, if you're not chopping correctly and your foot is in the path, you know, your foot or your leg, a lower extremity strike on your leg, you might not think much about it, but if you lose a toe or you dig into your calf or something like that, man, you better be good at first aid, you know, because if you're out there by yourself, you're the only one, and you don't know how to stop bleeding, you don't know how to care for wounds, you don't have all that stuff with you. You better learn how to improvise pretty quick. And then you're immobilized, you know, you probably packed in there with a pack or something. And now, with this injury, you're not going to be able to walk out for a while. You're going to have to sit up and rest up. And that means you're going to need more food and more supplies. And it's going to be hard to obtain that when impaired. So what I'm basically just trying to say is, one slip of the hatchet can change a camping trip to be your last trip that you ever did. You know, he turned up missing and sent out a search party. We found him. So did the bears and the coyotes. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do with this. And it's not going to, I'm going to have to move the camera and everything because I'm not going to chop on, see, it's on this springy thing right here which holds the camera. It comes up this way, and so it bounces around. Anyways, I just thought I'd do a couple of chops with that and see what it does. I'll move the camera mic over here. We're on wide angle, so I can't really zoom in. Alright, first I'm going to hit it with the traditional hatchet, and I'm just going to make let's make a straight down chop. Can you see that? That's my foot holding that. You don't want to do that. There's 3 chops. We'll switch the camera angle and zoom in. As you can see, it made some I did 3 chops. Just didn't hit real hard, you know, I just went bang, bang, bang. Looks like we went in maybe 1/4 of an inch. Alright, now I'm going to try the other hatchet, the Marbles one. All that noise is construction, not only over at the executive place that they're making, but they're doing construction here in the apartment complex. So now we're gonna try 3 more chops. This one digs in deeper. I don't know if you can see it. For that particular test, that one's more efficient. Let me switch. I don't know if you can see it. I can zoom in now because I'm on this one. But there's the 3 hits with the tomahawk, and you can see they went in and spread out, which is kind of what you want to do when you're, chopping. And this is these are the 3 are the Ozark Trails. And they're kind of sealed back up with this smacking over there, but this one went deeper. I mean, we can take a ruler later on and measure how deep it went. But my impression is that this one is lighter also. It has a better head on it. If you look at the angle, it's like a gradual slope. And on this one here, you have the traditional shape, which is, it's basically a wedge. It starts off like that, and then very quickly, the angle on it very quickly comes up there. So you're going to meet a lot of resistance quite fast. Now, usually because of the weight of the hatchet, it's going to push it in, you would think, a little bit more. But this hatchet head doesn't weigh as much. It has a more efficient design for doing like cuts, and yeah, it just digs in better. Just does a little bit better job. I'm not going to keep on hacking on this. I'll just do a quickie one because it's hot out here now and noisy. Alright, we're inside where it's not quite as noisy. And you can see the tomahawk chops there. I gotta look at this. So it went about 3/10 of an inch in. This one's about 2/10. This one's also 2/10. This one's 1/10. That's the Ozark Trails. I can't really measure this one accurately because when I hit this chop was already done. I hit this and it moves, the wood over. It would kind of affect it. This one just barely got in there. Maybe 5/100ths of an inch or 1/2. So, yeah, the Marbles axe is a little bit more wicked on its cuts, and the handle didn't do too bad. I mean, if I would have continued chopping, I might have noticed it, but I also would probably be wearing gloves, and it would help. This one's a lot heavier, probably like about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, just from the head. Well, this one's a lot lighter. I'll put the weights in later. But yeah, I don't feel bad about carrying this. Now, the only thing you got to watch out for is this is not the best sheath in the world. And I sharpened this up too. So, I mean, it's pretty damn sharp. You got to watch yourself, but you've got to guide it in. Usually point first. And it has a tendency to come through the material back here, but it's not as easy to get in and off. And these are rivets up here, so the snaps it doesn't allow you to open the whole face. So you just have to basically manipulate it in there. Once you do it, it's not too bad. But see how that's sticking out? That's not a good thing. Now when you snap this in, it holds it fairly securely, and that tip doesn't come back at you. But you got the single carry method. This one didn't come with the sheath, or it just had a little piece of plastic that you could put over the tip to guard the tip. And, whoops, that was about it. So anyways, yeah, this is kind of like the difference between You can kind of see what happens with the knife too. Let's see if I can get this out of here again. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to get out of the sheath either. But this is kind of like when you lay the edge back on a knife when you're going for a deeper angle, you know, like a 17 degree or something like that, or a 15. I mean, you're really laying it back on the blade. Well, you can see what happens is the material gets thinner towards the tip. And with a hatchet, that's still a decent tip on that. With a hatchet, you don't want it super thin on the tip. And the more wedgy it gets, the easier it'll be to like split logs and, you know, split kindling and all that. But anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd give you that little quickie update on how this thing does. And now I got a little tree limb that I can do some carving with my Scandi on. But anyway, there you go. That's the difference. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.